Number 10. Didier Montalvo, the Turtle Boy. Didier is a Colombian boy, with a huge mole on his back. This is a cancer tissue which grew almost on his entire back very fast. He was called the Turtle Boy, because the mole looks like a shell. The local religious people from his village in Colombia believe that this was the work of the devil, as he was conceived during an eclipse. Unfortunately, this made Didier to be rejected by the community and the school. Happily though, a British surgeon heard about him and came to Colombia to remove the mole. The operation was a success. Didier was 6 years of age at the time. He resumed a normal happy life and he went back to school, after the operation. Number 9. Jose from Lisbon, Portugal, facial tumor. Jose started to grow a tumor on his face at the age of 14. It started on the lips and became few kilograms in weight over a few years, covering his entire face. He started to have difficulties breathing, eating, sleeping, and seeing. He has spent the next 40 years with this condition, not being able to do anything about it, due to religious beliefs and also lack of a correct diagnostic from doctors. In 2010, Jose traveled to Chicago to have the face tumor removed. Surgeons successfully removed it in one operation, however his face was reconstructed during another 3 sessions of surgery. His condition was much better improved after all these operations, and he was grateful to the doctors who changed his life. Number 8. DD, the Tree Man. DD is an Indonesian man who is suffering from a very rare fungal infection on his body. This infection created tissue growth from the skin, which looks remarkable like tree bark and makes life unbearable, due to difficulty to do anything with the hands or legs. In 2008, DD went to United States for treatment. Doctors have removed about 6 kilograms of tissue from his body, especially hands and feet. Unfortunately, the operations did not stop the growth, and the fungus recovered to DD's desperation. So far, no cure has been found for this rare fungus infection. We could only imagine how difficult life must be for him. Number 7. Petero, the boy from Uganda. Petero was born in a small village in Uganda, Africa, and he suffers from an extreme Crouzon syndrome. This causes a malformation of the skull. As a result, his eyes are pushed out, and his ears down, making his sight and hearing difficult. Peter was bullied by his neighbors due to his appearance and he isolated himself from people inside his house. Luckily, an American doctor visited the village and met him. He felt bad for the boy and helped him to get into Austin, Texas for surgery. Doctors performed a series of operations to reshape his skull. During one of the operations, Petero developed complications and almost died. However, doctors resuscitated him and saved his life. He survived and returned to his village in a much better shape than before. Number 6. Rudy Santos, the man with extra limbs. Rudy is a man from Philippines and suffers from a very rare condition called parasitic twin. That means during pregnancy, a twin brother or sister is not fully developed, but attached to the stronger fetus. Rudy has an extra pair of arms and legs, and this is how he was born. He also has an undeveloped head, with an ear attached to his body. He became a national celebrity in the 70s when he was publicly discovered during a freak show. He was called the Octaman, believed to be a god. He disappeared 10 years later and lived in extreme poverty. Found again in 2008, doctors tried to convince him to undertake surgery, but he refused. Rudy has a wife and a daughter, despite his body differences, to a normal man. Number 5. The Grandma with a Horn. Zhang Ruifang is an old Chinese woman, who grew a goat horn on her forehead. It is actually a mole, which appeared later in her life and got to the size of a horn. The old lady does not seem to be too bothered about it, however it does interfere with her vision. It is inside the field of view and it is a constant distraction. Zhang had a normal life otherwise, and her horn is not the work of the devil, as some villagers might think. Number 4. The Chinese boy with huge hands. Lu Hao is one of the people with giant hands. He is from China, but cases like his have been documented few times so far. The boy's left hand has an oversized thumb, index finger and middle finger. The condition is a form of local gigantism and the causes are unknown. Lou is bullied and isolated from the public due to his body deformity, and could not lead a normal life, like the other children. Lou went to the Shanghai hospital in 2005 and 5 kilograms of flesh and bones had been removed successfully. Number 3. Wang Feng is a Chinese woman, born with her feet facing the wrong way. Despite her condition, she says she can run faster than most of her friends. She was classified as a disabled person, but she disagrees, and she refused the state pension that she was entitled to receive. She has got the job of being a waitress in her family restaurant, proving that she can have a normal life. Number 2. Chen is an Asian man suffering from a rare condition called neurofibroma. It is a nerve-based tumor, which made his left leg to grow uncontrolled, since he was just a boy. What seemed to be localized only to one leg, spread in time to both legs. His tumor has been measured and it weighs over 150 pounds or approximately 70 kilograms. His condition did not allow him to get out of the bed anymore. Unfortunately, Chen was not confirmed to receive any medical treatment so far, and his life is very difficult as we could imagine. Number 1. Huang is the new elephant man with a face tumor. He is from China, and he has serious problems with his life, including talking, seeing or eating, as it is not hard to imagine. His condition is called neurofibromatosis, and his case is the worst in the world. He stayed untreated for the first 30 years of his life, as his parents could not afford a medical surgery. He was offered a place in a freak show but he felt offended and considered suicide. After his case became public, doctors from the cancer hospital in Shanghai offered free help, and they undertook a series of surgeries to remove 21 kilograms of facial deformities. All operations were successful. He is happier now, and hopes to still have a normal life.